From Frisco, Texas, and the Toyota Soccer Center, MLS NEXT Cup rolls on, and we are getting down to the nitty-gritty here in the competition here on Field 4. It's the Under-16 playoff semifinals, number 1 today, as St. Louis City SC takes on DC United with a chance to go to Toyota Stadium for the final up for grabs. Sean St. Jacques, Rodney Wallace, and Justin Galanti here with you. The bracket will have both of these semifinals today, Rodney, and a chance to go to an MLS stadium for the final is at stake.
This is it. You know, what else do you want right now? You're in the big stage, MLS NEXT Cup. You have the chance to go to the final. You got to give it all 90 minutes, ball out, and get the win. Let's go.
We're excited. DC United and St. Louis City SC get us started here today. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. We start with DC United, and there's a lot of players there to watch on their side of things.
Yeah, they're lining up in a 4-3-3, which is a very offensive type of lineup. You got to keep an eye on number 48, Turner, as he is going to be able to exploit the wings. He's going to be able to get in the attack and create chances.
Luke Peacock in goals had a very good tournament, as well as has Nicholas Bishop for David Critchley's St. Louis City SC.
And then again with the 4-3-3, similar, the same formation. And now keep an eye on number 32, Aaron Hurd, a player, a high caliber player, able to take players on 1v1 and create chances for his team.
Both of those starting lineups are brought to you by Adidas. Both coaches excited for the occasion. Of course, St. Louis City in their first season as a group getting to this point. Adidas keys to the game, Rodney.
And I love that St. Louis got real specific and they said attack their left back. And this is something that they've noticed. It's a weakness for DC United. So staying compact defensively is also going to help them out a lot. For DC United, it's set pieces on both sides of the ball. They got good players that can create chances on the offense, and then at the same time, they have to focus on the defensive efforts.
DC United huddled up there in those classic black, red, and whites. And St. Louis City in those, would you call them gray or silver, Rodney, with the really nice St. Louis City logo on there as well?
Yeah, those are definitely gray.
Let's take a look there.
They look good, though.
They do look good. They do look good. Gray from head to toe for St. Louis City.
But I don't think there's anything like the DC United.
It's classic.
The DC United, the DC United striped socks. Those are classics right there. I think they brought those back.
No question about that. And again, we are on Twitch. We are on YouTube, twitch.tv/MLS. Make sure you send us all your questions, your thoughts. It's been a great tournament so far. We'd love to hear from you about the beautiful game and everything around it as well. DC United kick us off. They'll be going from left to right as we are underway in our first of 2 Under-16 semifinals.
Up to an early Meg right there.
Chance to cross it in. First attack of the match! And it's headed just wide of the post and out for an early goal kick as DC United start out on the front foot.
DC United attacking from the wings, starting off in the middle right here with this nifty shift right here and a Meg. Then we get the ball out wide, and the service was quality. This is something that we've been looking for, quality service at this stage. And you got to do better right there in front of goal. Got to put that in the back of the net.
It was a great run through by Ignacio Alem, who set it all up. Keon Kalilian's group nearly opened the scoring inside of the first few minutes. There was a good challenge in there, but Hurd was able to escape it. Advantages played, would have been brought back for a free kick. As Aaron Hurd was able to escape that challenge. Did so well to stay balanced on his feet.
Keep an eye on Aaron Hurd. I mean, This is a player that I've been very, very impressed with. I've been following his career so far. And he's a player that has all the tools to make it to the big stage.
Chance there for Coach Critchley's group to create a chance. It's going to go wayward in the end and out for a goal kick. David Critchley talked about this group, some inexperience in this tournament, but the fact that they're here in the semifinals, getting a chance to punch a ticket to Toyota Stadium is really remarkable. What they've done in this tournament has really been something to praise. And Keon Kalilian highlighted a few players for us at the start of the match. He's hoping his group can really continue to drive that momentum that they've picked up in this tournament into the final themselves. And again, they'll play the winner of our second game, Strikers FC and De Anza Force. We'll follow this. People in the Twitch chat loving that run from Ignacio Alem a few moments ago that got the game started. Keep sending us your thoughts. Send any questions you have for Rodney. Across the face, in the end it fizzles out. Justin and I have been asking, or I should say answering some questions as well, and we've been asking them too, to be fair.
You guys have been getting great questions, actually. A lot of people want to know how you got to where you are right now.
That's a cool thing. It's a decent effort from outside the penalty area. Alessandro Maldonado took aim. And again, Nicholas Bishop, who's been tremendous for St. Louis City in this tournament, made it look, I think, a little bit more comfortable than it had seemed at first. Leonard's run forward.
You see what St. Louis likes to do. They like to play out of the back, get the ball from one side, shift it to the other side, and get out as soon as possible. And then they press in the middle. They look to gain control of the ball early on, but DC United is doing a great job at getting out and also attacking their flanks.
Nice little ball from Agri to get this attack started. Alem just about keeps that in. Another good cross into the middle. It falls for a chance. Crucial block in there defensively. St. Louis City trying to deal with it. Still not definitively cleared. Good block in there again as a shot came in from Bogdanov.
Speaking to Charles Rankin, the assistant coach of St. Louis, he told me that they need to make sure they play the game and don't play the occasion. This is a semifinal, and at times players can get nervous. This can be something that's very heavy for them to take on. So basically just understanding the fact that this is another game. Yes, it means a lot, but don't play the occasion. Just play the match as you do every single time.
Bishop controls again for St. Louis City. Goes out for a throw-in on the far side. It's the two semifinal games today here on twitch.tv/MLS and of course on YouTube as well. It's been a phenomenal week here in Frisco, Texas. This field has been very kind to us. So many good games, great moments, wonderful performances. We've had 2 hat tricks on this field this week as well. Miles Morgan for Toronto yesterday and Omar Marquez for Sac Republic.
We've had a couple of 2-game performances as well.
Yeah.
Gaza for Real Salt Lake. We've seen Michael Luande do it for Seattle.
I was going to say Seattle really impressed you as well.
It's the first time I've actually said that.
Been tremendous as well this tournament. Had some great showcase games as well. Had a great game between New England Revolution and PDA. We saw
FC Dallas versus Barcelona Academy.
Yeah, that crazy penalty from Dallas. Malcolm Fry put on a show yesterday for New England.
Facts. Boy, it was hot.
A goal and an assist in that turnaround in the second half. That's a wonderful distribution by Turner. Good effort as well from just inside the penalty area. I think Bishop just about had that covered, but it goes wide of the goal.
And that's a great effort. Why not? You know, you already had control of the ball. You've switched the ball, the point of attack from side to side. Have one, young man. You know, these are the chances that get you going in the match. They keep you connected in the game. Early on, it's important to attack. It's important to test the other goalkeeper. These are the chances. For example, they might not be on goal, but they build confidence for the player. It allows him to test out what the game has given him.
Bogdanov had a chance to turn there. St. Louis regains possession. DC United win it back again. Gavin Turner with some great work there.
I love that Gavin Turner was trying to win the ball as soon as he could to get the ball forward and put his team in a better position. The quicker that you can recover the ball, the quicker that you can press, it's going to give you a lot of time and it's going to save you. It's going to save you the lungs because you automatically want the ball. Within 6 seconds, I think that's the time that you want to regain possession of the ball.
Briefly saw David Critchley there, the St. Louis City SC under-16s coach. Had that unmissable Scouse accent on Liverpudlian. Had a great conversation with him before the game, just how excited he is for his guys and how they've come together as a group during this tournament. And that's been one of the coolest things, Rodney, about this tournament, the coach's relationship with the players coming together as a group and getting to play this many times in this short of a period of time. Really can galvanize a group, especially if they're trying to make a run to Toyota Stadium for the final, of course.
It's also important to realize that these are kids. These are kids. These are 16, 15-year-old kids, 14-year-old kids, and at the same time, you gotta respect that. There's only so much you can do. You can only push them so far before the pressure it can mount for these players. So you have to really monitor that and take care of them as the young men that they really are.
Good cross into the middle, goalkeeper in the end. Luke Peacock has it covered for DC United. That was a nice little patch of build-up play from St. Louis.
Both teams pressing high, suffocating the opponent. This is going to allow a lot of space in the middle of the field. As you can see, St. Louis likes to take the ball. If it's on the wing, they like to move the ball in the middle. They like to go through Aaron Hurd, a player that can always keep possession. He's shifty, great 1v1 abilities.
First 9 minutes, we've already seen how good he is keeping his balance, too. Shrugging off challenges.
Yeah, no, he's the real deal.
Yeah.
He's the real deal.
Chance for St. Louis again. The ball is outletted by Eddie Stewart.
And there it is again, right? They're attacking their left back.
Good cross into the middle, just over a couple of heads in there, and DC United can't quite get it clear as of yet. Curling effort back into the penalty area. The right idea was there, but it's out of play. Some positive signs there for Coach Critchley's group.
Instruction, and what he means by that is it's basically letting his players know what their options are before they even get the ball to make it easier for St. Louis to break out of the pressure. It's also important to highlight these goalkeepers here in this tournament. They have been outstanding. Peacock and Bishop, they're two players right now that are going to be crucial to the success of both teams. With the formation of 4-3-3, that's going to leave a lot of room for offensive actions, and it's important for these keepers to come in today and really step up.
Twitch.tv/MLS. Interact with us there. Again, what's so cool about these broadcasts is we get to get a quick turnaround on answers for you to your questions.
What's going on with our Twitch people right here? What do we got going on this morning? Where are we at?
Looks like we got fans of both teams.
We got
Rodney.
What parts of the country are we in? Where in the world are we at? I've seen Argentina.
I think we had the Caribbean a few days ago as well.
The Caribbean gave us a shout out. Nicaragua. So we see you. Let us know where you're at. Let us know your comments, questions.
We've had some European viewers as well. It's been really cool to see. Everyone's really been enjoying this tournament.
Chewy Suarez, 420. I've played against some of the STL City players, and they're very impressive with their skills, and I completely agree with that. And I think it's due to the way that they train, the way they focus on the technical side of the game is important, and that's due, again, Charles Rankin does a great job with these players and making sure that they don't shy away from having the ball on their feet and making the right decisions.
Oh, we're getting some people from St. Louis checking in, some
Miami,
the 305 in the chat,
Colombia,
Atlanta, Michigan as well, all over the place.
Dripsy LOL.
Oh, north of the border, Montreal checking in as well. Very cool.
And then we got some questions about who's training on the other field, and we've gotten this question a lot, and that's North Texas, which is FC Dallas' second team, right?
Yeah,
and
MLS Next Pro.
MLS Next Pro.
Pamadou Ka, what a job he's done with them. They're one of the best teams in the league.
One of the best coaches in the league.
No question.
He's come in and he's done a fantastic job with this team. He's got these boys ticking. I went to watch him against Minnesota United.
Yeah. You were really impressed by
I was impressed by the way
Yeah.
these boys got the ball, and they just, without a question, they were running 100 miles an hour, but with purpose. It wasn't anything that was out of control. They had a purpose, they had a plan, and they followed it. And that's due to the fact that Pamadukov respects these players, and he knows exactly how to treat them individually and collectively as a group.
I think we'll be hearing his name quite a bit more in the next few years.
I agree with that.
Yeah. Oh, that's wonderful skill here through the midfield. St. Louis could be in behind. It was the right idea yet again. Great ball slid through there for Caden Glover to chase, just out of his reach. Another look at it here.
Caden Glover, a player to definitely focus on in this game. Creative player, a shifty player. He is not afraid to get the ball on his feet, run at players, as you can see, and attempt to make the final pass.
Maldonado and Glover nearly creating some magic there through the middle. Getting some...
London.
London.
We got some Virginia love, DMV.
Boston as well. There's some DC in the chat as well. St. Thomas as well. Very nice. And San Antonio as well with some love in the chat. We appreciate it. Oh, that's St. Thomas, I believe U.S. Virgin Islands, right? That's a very cool shout out as well. Indonesia as well.
What time is it
Checking
there?
in. Yeah, tell us what time it is right now. As you're tuning in, we appreciate it. Fans all over the globe checking in on MLS Next Cup. It's a beautiful thing to see. Oh, lived in London, born in New Jersey. How about that? That's near and dear to my heart.
Aren't you from Jersey?
That's right.
Right.
Yeah, from northern New Jersey. Great to see that.
Madeira Island here. That's the birthplace of Cristiano Ronaldo. What a great place, by the way. I had the pleasure of playing in Liga NOS in Portugal with Aroca back in 2016, and to be able to see these wonderful places, what a save.
That was pumped over the top by Peacock. More pressure from St. Louis. It leads to a corner.
Look at the effort here. Understanding where the danger is, maybe taking a peek to see where the goalkeeper is, but you can see that these players are looking for the back post, and they're continuing to attack Bandasso on they continue to attack Jones on the left side for DC United.
Oh, it went right on goal from the corner as well. Peacock had to be ready for it, and he was. It takes another deflection on the way through, and it's out for a goal kick. More heroics early on here from Luke Peacock and his
focused.
Defense in front of him.
He's focused. He's looking to do everything possible to get to the finals, and this is when you start to see the hunger of these players, the grit of these players, the determination. How bad do they really want it? And this is when you start to build winners and champions. And these players, they build these memories, and if they record them, they can be very successful as they come up in their young careers. From Connecticut.
Connecticut's in there as well.
Go ahead, Justin.
Justin Galanti is a Connecticut native. Got some Dallas, Japan, Haiti, and Guatemala as well. Venezuela. And Sacramento, California. How good was Sac Republic when we had them on field for? They were absolutely tremendous. Omar Marquez put on a heck of a show for us with the hat trick. Their fellow academy group celebrations for all of his goals. One of the highlights of the tournament here.
I mean, the only person that I've seen being lifted off like that and crowd surfing, team surfing, whatever you want to call it, that's been Lionel Messi. Right. So Omar Marquez and Lionel Messi right now basically on the same level. I think Omar Marquez was goated. That's right there. That's when you are officially goated, greatest of all time. But at the end of the day, you know, our job here is to also hype these players up and to give them recognition.
Oh, here's what you're talking about, Rodney.
Right. Go ahead, lift the man up. It's a hat trick.
There's the lift.
There at the end of number 10 too. I swear I've seen actually 3 people: Lionel Messi, Maradona, and Omar Marquez.
That's right. The 3 M's. How cool was that?
But now it's about what he can do with that, right? So he performed, right? 3 goals. So does he step up again, or is this his last performance at a high level?
Shot there was blasted in.
That's what the coaches are looking to see. This is what the scouts are looking to see. He has 3 goals now. Does that go to his head, or does he use that as motivation, as fire to continue to carry his team?
Jackson Delkis has had some good moments so far, number 40 for St. Louis City.
It's okay, you know, at times it's just about the right idea. And looking for a diagonal ball in the space, it might not always work out perfectly, but it's about the second ball efforts, recognizing where the ball may land and just being proactive.
A few more shout-outs in the chat we want to give. Israel is in the chat by way of St. Louis, so that's a really cool thing to see.
Montana.
Maryland as a Terp. I'm sure you're excited to see that.
I'm excited. I'm excited that DC United right now is playing in front of me, and you know this brings back childhood memories. You know, being from Maryland and growing up in the DMV. The goal was to wear those colors, to wear the black and red. We had players. We idolized players. Marco Echeverri, Jaime Moreno, Ben Olsen, Eddie Pope. Players that really, for example, Eddie Pope, he really set the tone, especially for me growing up here in Maryland and at that time of the league, not really seeing that many black players. You know, we always saw the black players in Europe or other leagues, but to have a player like Eddie Pope so close to home, you know, he's still a big mentor for me. A player that stayed involved in the game. He took what the game gave him and he took advantage of his opportunities.
A legend, no question about that. This is Leonard, in the meantime, for St. Louis City, trying to carry on his run as Dash Papa.
He needs support.
Trying to slow him down. He does.
He needs support right there. He's in the corner. He's in a tough situation. He needs a supporting cast.
Gets back onto it. Play it a little bit more centrally in the end. It's cleared away by Ethan Pendleton. He's had a good tournament for DC United as well.
The press has to be as a unit as well. One player can't just go and press the ball past the center backs into the goalkeeper. It has to be a unit, and especially when the weather is this hot, you have to make sure that you are organized, and not just on the defensive side, but also when you have the ball.
We did have a viewer, I think, from Alaska that checked in, a place I would imagine is not as humid as it is here, that has been this week. Takes a deflection out for a DC United corner. 20 minutes gone in this under-16 playoff semifinals. One of 2 here today, both of them in the under-16 side of things. With a place at Toyota Stadium for the final. The under-16 level going to the winner of both of our games today. Still looking for our first breakthrough moment. Sean St. Jacques, Rodney Wallace, Justin Galantes on the sidelines for us. In this very crucial playoff semifinal doubleheader today in MLS NEXT Cup. DC United with a set piece. Flipped in towards the back post. Header is down. Good save initially. And the follow-up is in. DC United strike first. Sydney Agri opens the scoring. And DC United strike first. Right place, right time, 1-0.
And it's about the service right there, giving your team a chance, putting the ball on target, and making sure as a forward you are in the right place at the right time, looking to poach just about anything that comes loose. Great effort from Agri right there, put this team on front. Such a big game, it means so much. And a team like DC United in this tournament that wasn't highly favored, for them to be in this situation, for them to be in this position right now, it's huge for them.
You saw the celebrations there on the bench. Big moment there for Sydney Agri on the doorstep, made no mistake about it. And DC United, after absorbing some St. Louis City pressure, hit back. And they have the breakthrough here in this under-16 semi.
Now we want to see the response from St. Louis, right? How do they handle this bit of adversity right now that they're facing?
Graham Jones is on the cover. It's out for a throw.
And
St. Louis.
I love the feedback that we got from St. Louis, and they specifically spoke about attacking Graham Jones, but Graham Jones has held his own. So shout out to a player that is under pressure right now, but he's doing his job. He's doing what he knows best, and that's defending. He gets forward at the right times, and he's a player that I like to highlight in a positive way, because it's not easy to be targeted as a player, just because it's important to scout, but if you're holding your own, you gotta give props.
I was just going to say, it's got to add a little extra weight on you as a player, because there's now pride on the line as well.
Well, yeah, exactly. But he might not know that St. Louis is looking to expose him. But the fact that he also knows the opponent and who he's going against it just shows the maturity from these players. These are all the details that really play a big role in the careers of these young players, and that's paying attention to the details, like watching tape, studying your opponent, using the tape for your own benefit, and seeing in what areas you can improve as a player.
St. Louis looking for an equalizer, but DC United,
it's great.
Have it back.
There. Agger doing a good job at holding off the ball, turning and making sure he finds the open man.
Pendleton tried to continue great work there. It ends up being given away. Netzel's balling behind. He's well placed here. Delkis trying to get to that byline and to keep it in. In the end, it's cleared away by Akimboni defensively.
And then you see the matchup again, Delkis versus Graham Jones. It's going to be something that we're going to keep an eye on this game. Both players right now stepping up, battling, going for every ball. Girl Dad 10, you're back.
One of our regulars.
He says, I can't wait. They say, I can't wait to get into coaching. I hope I can make it to this level. And Girl Dad, what are you doing to get to this level? I'd like to know what your path has been, your journey into coaching. Because it's not an easy task, and shout out to these coaches for not only being there for these players in a tactical way. It's also about how they've approached the personal care of these young players.
All the coaches have been great with us this week.
That is true, right? Like it's been nice to talk to these coaches and for them to be very open with the information that they've offered. It's great, and I think it's so important. So we also get a chance to know these players and their tendencies, and we get to highlight them.
We've got a great Adidas Sounds of the Game, highlighting just what we were talking about.
Hey, well done. Hey, well done. Hey, Dash, relax. When the play goes out wide, you're not looking at what's behind you. You got to pull Ethan with you, okay? Hey, you see how congested it is on that side as soon as we win it? It's tough to get out, right? You have to be thinking about that in that moment when you're looking to win that ball. You have to know it's a first-time ball out of that side. Hey, back in with Dash, Ethan, with Dash. Come on, Nino, we need you, it's deeper. Gavin, talk to Gleb.
Keon Kalilian giving us some great sound there. Giving you a little taste of what it's like to be at this level, coaching these players. It's great catching up with him and David Critchley of St. Louis City before the game today. They were both giving us some really nice stuff with their time, and we really appreciate it. I think Girl Dad got back to you there, Rodney, in the Twitch chat, twitch.tv/MLS.
Let's see. Okay, so his answer was, after I asked him what he's doing to get to that level of coaching, he says, well, I have 2 kids under 3, so they can't really do much. But Sergio Flores and Mike Lookland from Baltimore Armor, these are players that he wants to talk to. He's trained with Sergio before, but that is a good route. That is a good way to get into coaching, and that's maybe the individual 1v1 coaching that will allow you to develop skills, 1v1 skills with players, how to manage players, and then test out your coaching styles to see what you like.
Goalkeeper comes out of the penalty area there to just nudge it on Nicholas Bishop, although the offside flag does go up here, and the sequence ends.
It's a great play by Bishop right there to spot the danger and anticipate that and come out, and really a brave challenge from both players as well.
There was a DC United player slow to get up here at the tail end of the play. Another look at Nicholas Bishop, one of the players that David Critchley highlighted for us before the game as a guy that's been a real difference maker for this group, and you can see why they're so composed. There's goalkeepers that you'll see even at the top level struggle with a moment like that and make it a little awkward, but Nicholas Bishop, again, wasn't to know that the flag was going to go up, had to play it on, and made a really good decision. It looks like both teams are getting some needed hydration here under the Texas sun.
Now, a lot of people, Sean, they've asked us why these teams have so many water breaks, but yeah, it's important to remember that even at the highest level, when the temperatures are this high, we have to look out for the players and the well-being of the game.
Yeah.
If you give these players a little bit of a break, they will continue to perform, and it's so hot out here that you want to keep them mentally engaged and not fatigued. So well done by MLS Next for allowing these breaks to be a part of the tournament. So crucial.
Yeah, it's been hot and humid here throughout the entire tournament, and these are always much-needed reprieves for the teams just to get a chance to regroup as well, not just from a hydration standpoint, but from a tactical standpoint and just from a momentum standpoint. Even sometimes these can be very helpful. Sydney Agri's goal in this first half has DC United up by 1-0. Sean St. Jacques, Rodney Wallace, Justin Galanti here with you. Keep sending us your thoughts, your questions, your location, where you're watching from. And do it on twitch.tv, of course, /MLS. This is the opening goal, Rodney, that has DC United ahead.
I mean, again, it's all about the service, and we've talked about keys to the match being set pieces, and right here, it's a perfect example of capitalizing on having the ball in such a perfect place on the field. And right there, you see Agri just taking advantage of the rebound. True number 9 goal right there. And look at the joy. Bang.
Look at that celebration as well. We've had some great ones here this week at Field 4. Shades of a couple of the goals that Miles Morgan scored for Toronto here yesterday in our showcase game.
Very, very good point, Sean. That is.
Yeah.
They weren't
poachers' goals.
They weren't the flashiest goals, but at the end of the day, those are the ones that still get you the results. So a forward doesn't always have to focus on scoring the flashiest goal, maybe having the best dribble. You can have a terrible game being a number 9. You can miss 10 chances, and that one last chance that you get, you put it away. No one's ever going to tell you anything about the ones you missed.
1 second, please.
Justin Galanti is the third member of our team. He's with the DC United head coach.
Coach, you talked to us before the match about how important it would be to play under pressure and, stay calm for your guys. Seems like they've done that so far. Have you been impressed?
Yeah, of course, and obviously we spoke about it, right? There's going to be chaotic moments, just like having to make a sub 20 minutes in. I'm confident in the boys to deal with it the way they can. Everybody on this bench can give just as much as the starters right here. We've got a strong squad. We have depth, and we'll take care of it, man. We'll be all right.
How important is it for you guys to play from ahead?
Either way, I'm confident in the guys, right? We've played from behind. We've played ahead. We've managed games. They know exactly what they need to do. They know the responsibilities. They're following the plan, right? We just got to keep going all the way through.
Awesome. Best of luck the rest of the way.
Thank you, man.
Well, thanks, Justin. Thanks to Keon Kalilian for giving us some of his thoughts there as well. Good start for DC United after they have to absorb some pressure, had to make a few adjustments in the opening 20 minutes, but Sydney Agri's tap in has them in front, and they're on the attack again here. An opportunity to maybe look for a second as Turner made a good run initially.
And I love to see that from Turner. I love to see the recognition that he can draw 3 defenders in the middle of the field, receive the ball, turn and face the defender, and look to create his own chance by striking it with the left foot. that right there, those little plays, they mean so much because they get you opportunities, they get you corners. We talked about the set pieces. DC United has already scored one off a set piece, so to be able to be in the same position again, it's crucial, and you got to take advantage of the chances. They don't come often.
This ball is played right back to Turner. It's a clever little idea, but it's touched back out for another corner. Just tried to let it run through his legs. And DC United will get another chance here.
Shout out to everybody at DC United. What a special group that is, from the administrative side to some of the training staff, to the people around the stadium. It's a wonderful place that I keep close to my heart. So shout out to my people out there.
It was a good header flashed at the near post. It ends up going wide and out for a goal kick, and it's been a nice spell for DC United's under-16s these last 10 minutes. Coach Kalilian's got to like the way his boys have handled things so far. You got to like the confidence as well. Justin asked him about playing from ahead, and he said, listen, it doesn't matter where we're at in the game. I think our guys are going to get the job done, and he's got confidence in them regardless of what the scoreline is.
Yeah, he does have confidence in his players, but also remember that the goal was scored early in the game. So when Justin asked him that question, he hesitated a bit because he knows that there's still so much time left, and there's still going to be so many changes and so much adversity that they're going to have to face in this game. But here we have a chance right there. What a layoff.
Agri's layoff. Oh, it's a tremendous save by Nicholas Bishop. Down to his left, and he palms it out for a corner. Brilliantly done.
What an effort here, and that's also created by the run that Agri makes. Great recognition to lift your head up, see the player running, but right here, staying composed and knowing that there's a player running back from the center of the midfield, but what a save by Bishop right there.
Gabriel Cosio, who just came on as a substitute, nearly scored. Bishop was having none of it.
And that's the importance of being ready as a substitute, coming in and making a difference.
From the corner, and the header is flashed wide. Agri was in the area again. And in the end, St. Louis City are able to get a goal kick out of it. Great pressure up there from Ignacio Alem as well. And Agri's able to get right back onto it.
Well done from DC United, not allowing St. Louis to get an inch of space. They're up a goal, but they haven't backed down, and they haven't really just kept the ball for the sake of possession. They've actually been able to press high. They've been able to attack. They're staying hungry. These boys want to win. It means the world to them. This is the biggest game of their career right now. So why not make the best out of it? Take advantage of the opportunities. This is also, you're showing what you're made of as an individual, and you have so many ex-players, so many scouts here watching you. The national teams are here watching you. We got colleges here to watch you. So yes, it's about advancing, but with those performances, realizing that you got to play hard to get to the final. These are the things that are going to give the coaches and the scouts the information they need about you and what you are as a player.
Yeah, we had even Weston McKinney stop by with us yesterday. Juventus and U.S. men's national team midfielder. It really has been a star-studded event. Players, coaches, scouts.
Players with experience that have been there and that are still in the game. In many different areas, right? Not just ex-players, not just stars that we have here. It's also
you as well. You're here.
You know, I'm here. Chris Seitz in the building. Shout out to Chris Seitz.
Oh, it's a decent effort there. DC United from outside the penalty area. Maldonado. Decent strike, to be fair. He was really far out. Didn't end up hitting the target, though, in the end. Of course, our phenomenal crew as well. Have to highlight them. Can't highlight them enough this week. From Wes Crow, our producer, all the way to our camera people, our audio squad, our team. Everybody here has been top class. Camera crew, yep, everybody has been at the top of their game as well. It's been a pleasure working with everybody this week, throughout the entire tournament. Can't thank them enough.
Here you go, Aaron Hurd.
Chance for Hurd to make it happen here
Maybe one more.
For a chance.
Great decision making right there. Now can we get the service?
And the shot comes in instead. Sam Leonard took aim after it was a wonderful build-up play from St. Louis City, and it flashes wide of the post.
St. Louis right here, getting into attacking third, but it's about the quality. Once you're there, you can make your way into the box, but it's about the final play. It's about the product, and I'd like to see a better ball across. If it's a shot, I'd like to possibly see a shot to the back post. These are the little details that are going to allow you to succeed. And being patient on the ball.
A little coming together there on the far side. It's a foul and a free kick. St. Louis City have it. Decent position here for a cross into the penalty area.
Right, but if you're DC United, you're defending this play. You're keeping an eye on the swivel. You're making sure that your body positioning is in the right way, and you're shouting instructions to your teammates to make sure that everyone's in check.
I agree. First a step to it. Just to recycle it back in towards Leonard. DC United have it covered yet again. St. Louis City again trying to...
It's a good effort right there. Keep the ball alive for St. Louis.
They do keep it alive very well. Sellers with the sliding challenge. And Leonard's ball in is dealt with. And DC United come out with it just about. Turner collided with it and wins a throw-in.
These players are getting stuck in. I love to see it. Playing with some grit.
And we appreciate the twitch.tv/MLS crew, all of our viewers on YouTube as well. We've been getting some really kind words from all of you and some great questions, thoughts.
That's the skill right there. Slowing the game down a little bit. Obviously, the final pass has to be sharper, but slowing the game down right there. Turner doing a good job of controlling the tempo of the game.
I was going to say, we've called his name a few times in this first half for some great plays just like that in the build-up for DC United.
We'd like to see more from Aaron Hurd, right? We spoke about him before the game, and we know what he can bring to the table. Looking for him to turn up in the second half, 100%.
Seen a few glimpses from him so far. It's going to be a DC United throw as we approach 40 minutes gone in this very competitive first half. Did have a question in the Twitch chat about the temperature. We said earlier it's been hot here all week, and the players have done a tremendous job dealing with the elements, as have the referees and our entire crew here as well. And there are, I think there was a couple of questions about this too, Rodney, about the, we'll get to that in a second. DC United are in behind looking for a second. It was a great ball across. I think it was from Alem. DC United can recycle it. Zhang was a player that was highlighted to us at the start of the game. Hurd comes out with it for St. Louis City. Just a quick thought from the Twitch chat. They were asking Rodney about night games here. Every field here has light fixtures around it. There have been games going on all day. Well, not just ours.
Right.
It shows you the world-class part of this facility.
And that's what it is, right? Putting these kids in the best position to be successful, from having commentators, from having these games being on Twitch, on YouTube, so people all over the world can watch them. That's so crucial. But to be able to play in world-class facilities like this, it's a no-brainer. It's a way to make these kids just grow and to get the best out of them.
And, of course, a spot in Toyota Stadium just across the way, off to our left, goes to the winner of his first game, and then the other under-16 semifinal, which we'll have following this one. Wonderful skill from Sellers down this near side.
That's very good from Sellers.
Leonard getting in on it. Well defended defensively there. Tash Papez stepping in.
It's a good step. That's a good step. Recognition to see where the danger is.
Good ball across as well. DC United through Zhang, clear it, and it's out for a throw. There's where everyone wants to get to. Toyota Stadium, home of FC Dallas. That's the end goal. One of these two will be there against the winner of our next game, the under-16 MLS NEXT Cup final.
There's a question here on the Twitch. Where did I go to high school and what club? I went to Bullis, and I started playing club soccer with the Potomac Cougars, 88s, and later on went to the Casamia Bays. And actually, I was able to come here with the Casamia Bays and Nationals and play on one of these fields. So that was a special moment and definitely brought back memories when I came back.
Full circle for you, a little bit.
Full circle moment. Didn't want to say it, but it was.
Yeah. Eddie Stewart off the set piece. It was a good service into the penalty area. It's still a fight for it. Zhang comes out with it for DC United.
Did I just see a bicycle attempt in the box?
Might have.
I love that. Even if the player completely missed the ball, just the fact that he's brave enough to try a bicycle. If he has that in his locker, continue to do it. Don't shy away from it. Right here, you see it.
No training wheels on this one. That's a big swing at it.
It's okay. Maybe he'll get the next one, but just because you missed the first one doesn't mean that it doesn't work. Keep trying.
In the end, DC United did really well to cover it up. Make sure nothing happened from that sequence.
Big step right there.
Might have an opportunity here. The ball through the middle was well thought out by Cosio, the substitute. Just couldn't find a teammate. It rolled all the way back to Nicholas Bishop, who's already made some big saves for St. Louis City in this semifinal.
It's about the positioning, too. If you're St. Louis and the ball is on the opposite side of the field, as a winger, what are you doing to tuck in, and how can you help your teammates?
Good shot from Zhang. Covered well by Bishop. I think it was going to go wide anyway. Nicholas Bishop still gets down to get there.
St. Louis continues to do a good job of playing out of the back. They are not afraid. And DC United, again, anticipating and pressuring high to make sure that they gain possession.
Maldonado,
what a ball to keep the ball alive in the wing.
Ball back in from Jones. He just kept that in. In the end, Aaron Hurd comes out with it for St. Louis.
The best thing that Jones can do right now to alleviate his pressure is exactly that, and that's getting into the attack and creating his own chances. Not only to put his team ahead, but it builds his personal confidence, just because he doesn't have to worry about defending all the time. Now he's putting Delcas under pressure because he's moving forward. Now Delcas has to track back.
Turner to Pendleton. Pendleton wins a corner. As we enter first half stoppage time, I believe there's going to be 2 minutes of injury time. There's the confirmation of that at the end of a very strong first half here in Frisco.
Crucial corner kick for DC United right before the half ends, and it's also important to know what St. Louis is going to do to defend this, because you don't want to go down another goal, especially right before half. That just completely shifts the momentum for DC United. And right now, both teams have been decently even, but we've seen DC have the better of the attack. St. Louis hasn't been as sharp.
Zhang's ball in, big swing at it by Turner. He wasn't quite able to make contact with it. And St. Louis City counterattack here. They might have some numbers in transition with Delcas, who's made a good run.
Delcas, good. That is
decent ball into the middle, just over the top of Sellers, who was right there with him step for step, but they couldn't quite link up.
I don't mind it. It's okay. Obviously, you like to see a player like Delcas lift his head up and see where the counter, where the danger for DC United is, but he did a good job of going with the ball, running at the defender with speed, slowing the game down, and then looking for the open pass. Can't blame him for trying that.
David Critchley looks on for St. Louis City SC's under-16s. Work to do for them in the second half, but they've certainly shown plenty of promise.
We got a comment here on the Twitch chat.
Should have taken a touch.
No, this one.
Oh, the one above that.
Yeah, I understand.
Well, Wes _21 said need to use the facilities, but this game is too good to leave. We don't blame you, Wes.
Hey, Wes. Make sure you don't hold it, though, all right?
You can take your break now, because it's halftime in our first under-16 semifinal. Can't take your eyes off it in this one, apparently. It really has been a good first half, to be fair, between St. Louis City and DC United. Sydney Agri's goal currently has DC United in front. We have a good second half coming up for you from Frisco, Texas, here on Twitch and on YouTube.
I was looking around on the ground because I was like, there's gotta be a gap of 2 inches still somehow. Not really. Yeah, that wasn't how it was. That's fair. Yeah, I can make do reaching forward. I wonder how long that's been like that. Did you haven't noticed it any other day? Or it's been, I wouldn't say it's been tough to hit return.
Simply an incredible U17 semifinal between FC Delco and Columbus. It was Columbus on the front foot early, Rodney Wallace, with a goal in the 19th minute.
And a great win by Prestes right here to allow Adu Gamfi just put the ball in the back of the net, in the back post. Great strike. Goalkeeper had no chance.
So it was 1-0 Columbus until the 83rd minute. Columbus player got sent off for a red moments earlier, and then Caden Grabfelder found the equalizer.
What an individual effort here, right there, and cutting back and forth. The ball finds itself to the open player. Caden smashes it in the back of the net. We got a tie game.
Well, it looks like we were going to a shootout, but before that, Delco had one more supreme chance.
Great little ball here, individual effort, controls it, plays it. Ah, so close, so close. Such a close chance for Reese.
So then we went to the shootout where Columbus had already won twice to move on, and they won for a third time. Off the bar from Kai Reese, and Columbus crew moves on to the U17 semifinal.
Adidas full-time highlights here from Frisco in game number 2, an under-19 playoff quarterfinal. PDA against New England Revolution that got off to the right start.
I mean, what a hold-up play right here by Lewis. His recognition that he does have a man on him, his ability to make some space and be able to put it in the back of the net. Golazo.
Wonderful strike to open the score, and that's got to be one of the best goals we've seen, at least as far as power and accuracy. And his fans, or I should say his teammates, turned into fans there. Wonderful celebrations, but then PDA really got going.
And it's the second ball here, allowing Griffin to pick up the ball, do a combination, 1-2, slotting it in the back of the net right here. But it's this right here, a combination play, 1-2, willingness to run, striking it. There's nothing the goalkeeper can do. That boy's hot right now.
One of the best players from our last game, Colin Griffith, I should say. He was great. And then PDA turned it around. Ilacheria's header made it 2-1 after they were 1-0 down.
And here we just have to highlight the service. And we have to highlight right here this celebration. I love what's happening. I love the chemistry.
But then Malcolm Fry came on, Rodney, and completely changed the game.
Malcolm Fry cooking right here, chopping him inside, outside, and it's service. It's all about the service and being ready on the back post. Here we go. Nope, not going that way. And I'm putting the ball on the platter for my teammate just to tap it in. Big time goal. There you go. Go celebrate.
And then the moment of the match, the winning goal from Malcolm Fry.
Excuse me. There it is. Malcolm Fry right there. He is composed. He knows what he's doing. Don't rule me out.
And that's how it finished. New England won it and advanced by 3-2. Let's look at the Adidas full-time highlight. Sean St. Jacques, Rodney Wallace here with you. Toronto against Queen City Mutiny, and Miles Morgan took over in this game early and often, Rodney.
A ball hit well. Finds the head of Morgan. Morgan makes no mistake. 1-0.
Right on the doorstep to open the scoring for Toronto. He would go on to have a hat trick. This is the second.
Individual effort. Shot on goal. Rebound. Yet again, Morgan. There he is.
Great celebrations as well with his teammates on the sideline. But this is the best of the bunch, the volley.
Bang, right there. The goal came from him recognizing that the second ball was going to pop out right to him. He was ready. He was eager to hit it, and he was concentrated. He was focused on that ball.
And his wonderful pass here
Great
allowed Toronto to score
right
another.
There.
And it was tucked in by Lynch Bailey, who made it 4.
Bailey got a ball in front of the goal, set up on a platter. Be great, my guy. Be great. Well done from Toronto.
For a team that's been through so much, what a way to end the showcase for them. They win it by 4-0.
That's good too.
Don't promise something you can't keep, all right?
Moments away from the start of the second half in this under-16 semifinal. DC United leading St. Louis City by a 1-0 at the break. Sean St. Jacques, Rodney Wallace here with you in Frisco, Texas. Happy you're with us here on Twitch and on YouTube as well. And Justin Galanti is the third member of our team here in Frisco. Great first half, really competitive. The Twitch chat was loving it. No one could go to the bathroom. Everyone wanted to stick around to see what was going on.
The chat was lit. The game was lit. I think right now both teams are stepping up, and this is really a mature effort from both teams, and each individual player is bringing their talent to the table, and they want to perform. They want to win. They want to go to the big stage. They want to go to the stadium and play in a championship.
Just off to our left here in Frisco, Texas. Let's take a look back at the first half highlights brought to you by Adidas. It was a really competitive half between these two in this semifinal, and DC United were on the front foot.
That little Meg right there made a big difference. Created a little bit of space. If the service was there, very close. The effort was there, though. I don't mind the counter. I don't mind him missing the ball, the header, but it's about how they got to that point right there, and that's when Agri started to come to life by getting chances like that.
Then St. Louis City created some chances. That was a crucial little tip by Peacock.
Peacock has been on point. He's been ready, and he's determined to do everything he can to get to the championship. But right here, we talked about service from DC United. That was going to be one of the keys to this match. And then you see LM give his team a chance by heading the ball into the goalie's way. The goalie makes a mistake, puts the ball in front of him, and then Agri with the tap in. And again, right here, Agri's recognition to run forward. But not even that. Let's talk about Papes and his willingness to lift his head up and play the ball each time the player is running. Great chance.
Great highlights as well. Justin Galanti is the third member of our team. He's standing by with St. Louis City head coach David Critchley.
Thanks, guys. Coach, first half, kind of your thoughts after conceding that first goal?
Disappointing. I think we've played into their strengths a little bit more. We've talked about the threat that they have in the air. They're making the field pretty big on us, so we want to get back to our identity and our principles. We're going to try and make the field small. We're going to repress a lot higher, and we're going to keep the ball on the ground.
What were the main points of the conversation during the break there?
Just movement off the ball. This is a good chance for these young lads to be brave, to show up. We've got to obviously build up a little bit better on the ground and just turn this game to our strengths.
What has it meant for, obviously, this club in its first year to get to this stage?
It's exciting. It's exciting. We're at the semi-finals, but we have high standards here. We have high expectations. We're not done. We want to go all the way. So it's a big 45 minutes for the lads. They seem motivated going into the second half, so we'll see how it goes.
Great. Best of luck, Coach.
Thank you.
Coach Justin, really appreciate the insight there. And again, it's worth reiterating. David Critchley's group is here for the first time in their first season, and they are trying to make the most of it here in Frisco. And they're going to have to turn things around in this second half if they are to get to Toyota Stadium for the final. There were a couple of halftime changes. Diego Vasquez came on for DC United. Nathan Harmon is on for St. Louis City, and it's going to be interesting to see how David Critchley adjusts with his team down a goal in this second half.
Yeah, and he said that this is going to be a big 45 for them, and indeed it is. We have 45 minutes. Each player has to just take control of the game and be better than their opponent, especially at this point right now where the tensions are heating up, where duels have to be won, challenges have to be made, and precision has to be there.
Sean St. Jacques, Rodney Wallace, Justin Galanti, our entire great crew here in Frisco. Second half.
Good sequence there.
Leading. Chance for Hurd to really get involved. Had a couple of chances there to get some nice passing combinations together. It's clear just to the left of us out for a throw. Adam Netzel gets it right back into play. Agri's goal for DC United has them in front, but St. Louis City looking to answer. Leonard just about able to keep that in.
Leonard could have set himself up for success right there.
Keeps going on the byline.
He's still successful.
All across, and then it's just cleared away by Cosio before more danger could occur.
If he would have taken a touch forward when he first received the ball, he would have given himself a better chance for a shot or even a cross, but he was able to make an individual play after that.
In the end, it's out for a goal kick. And again, twitch.tv/MLS is the place to interact with us. We also appreciate all the viewers on YouTube as well. It's really been a great event. First of our two games today. Both of them are under 16 semifinals. Strikers FC of Irvine, California will take on De Anza Force. And the winner of that will meet the winner of this in Toyota Stadium for the final. Nice marauding run by Leonard again down that far side. It's out for a throw. He's been linking up really well with Braden Sellers. 24 and 42, fittingly enough, down that left wing.
But you see what DC United is doing, and as soon as the ball gets into their defensive third, they are putting numbers around the ball, and it's never a 1v1 situation. They make it a 2v1. They make sure that they're the ones in control, especially defensively. It's so key.
Agri had the right idea there, tried to thread it through for Ignacio Alem.
Nice piece of skill. Play the ball, keep it moving.
Tyson Pierce there with some impressive work. Now a chance for Delkis, who's had a good half. Hurd dispossessed. And Alem trying to send it down the line. This will be Bishop's ball to take. He doesn't quite get hold of it, but it's out for a throw.
And that happens. That happens from goalkeepers at time. You only have a split second to make a decision. At least the decision was made. The goalkeeper came out, and the ball is now in a safer place. That's also, I want to highlight too, Sean, the relationship that I like to see between Aaron Hurd and Dolkis. They're players that can make an impact in this game at any given moment. But I like to see one player check and maybe the other one running off the ball, getting a little bit creative. That's going to be the key for St. Louis.
Acri did really well to get onto that. The cross into the middle is dealt with. Kimboni helping to reset things with Dash Papez.
There it is. Papez is just his range and his vision to be a playmaker as a center back. That is next level.
He's able to find Graham Jones, and Jones wins a corner.
And there he goes. You see Papez automatically knowing that this is a chance for him to get a goal, to put his team ahead, to make an impact in a different way. But he's been impressive to me. His willingness to always reward the player making a run, his ability to get the ball to the target has been impressive.
And Keon Lillian's group come up with here. Good set piece opportunity. It's going to go towards the back end of the penalty area. It's kept in play initially by Kimboni, but one back by Papez. His shot takes a deflection on the way through, easy enough for Bishop.
Yep. DC United in control of the game again. They're doing the little things right, and right now they're having a very mature performance. I don't think that St. Louis right now has really done they haven't really done enough to get the goal. They haven't really done enough to create these chances. And they haven't been able to deal with the pressure.
Alem with a wonderful piece of skill there.
Choice right
Agri is there to support him. His cross is well blocked. It's out for a DC United corner. Great interplay again.
Great interplay. Would like to see the finished product be better from Agri. And he knows right there. He lifts his head up, and he's basically telling himself, how did I not take a better touch? Right there. Set yourself up. Put the ball in front. The left foot is probably his best option right there. And then maybe then he can cross or he can create. And those are the little details.
Great eye there, Rodney, on that. Leads to a throw here for DC United. Casio. This is a decent chance to find Turner. Gavin Turner has had a good game so far as well.
Yes, he has. He's made an impact.
I just send it back into the penalty area. Well dealt with by Pearson. Zachary Stanton there defensively for David Critchley's group.
Yes.
A chance for City now to get back on the attack. Good step in by Graham Jones, who stays on it.
Well done, Jones.
Alem.
And then you see Jones, he's not eager to go forward all the way. He supports the player by giving him an angle. I'd say Jones has dealt with the pressure tremendously, no?
Yeah. We talked about the St. Louis City strategy to go after him, and he has more than handled the extra work.
And at times, as the opposition, you watch tape, right, and you try to study the other team, and you try to figure out where you can hurt them. But also, you cannot forget how that one player that you've chosen to attack, you don't know how he can hurt you, and you forget that part. The fact that he is in this stage, it means that he's a player of quality. So you also have to respect what he can do to hurt you.
Jones will take the throw for DC United. Again, twitch.tv/MLS. Send us your questions. Seen people watching from all across Planet Soccer this week, including today. It's going to go into the parking lot. Everyone's cars are okay. Parking lot just behind our broadcast setup here.
And Sean, if you're a young player watching this game, this is an opportunity to learn. This is an opportunity to see the level that you're going to have to compete against, or the level that you want to get to. What an individual effort right here.
Chance to equalize for St. Louis City before we go back to the Twitch
in the back post.
Straight save. Not quite enough venom in the header. But Luke Peacock has it covered for DC United. Big chance for St. Louis City.
But this is when you see your depth. This is when you test your grit right here, and you can see Glover, just the individual effort, the vision that he has to lift his head up and know that there's a player on the back post. It's incredible from players at this age.
Osio.
Good piece of skill here.
Great work. Jones just couldn't quite get it back to him.
And it happens. It happens. It's unlucky. It's the body language for me, right? You know, mistakes are going to be made, but it's about how do we respond. You know what I mean? You don't want to place the blame on anybody specifically. And look at this play right here. Again, individual effort, the patience, and the ability to pick a man in the back post.
Delkus has had a solid game for St. Louis City so far, but that is picked off.
It's a big
Maldonado
play.
To Turner. Back to Maldonado, who wins the corner.
Very good from Maldonado right there to be able to make the tackle, and that's what he does best. He makes that one last tackle to break up the play, and he continues his run. That was what I was most impressed by the willingness to play and then move, and then again create a chance for his team. And now again, it's a set piece opportunity. Important for St. Louis to really focus on the defensive end right here, because they've given up a lot of opportunities.
Zhang's ball in was well placed, headed over the top and out in the end. More good work from DC United trying to build on this lead. Zhang and Turner getting heavily involved in that sequence. First half goal from Sidney Agri has DC United in front with a chance to go to the under-16 final at Toyota Stadium.
Good touch from Hurd. What a ball
from Hurd! And the finish is there! Caden Glover equalizes for St. Louis City! And it's game on in the semifinal!
There it is, Aaron Hurd turning up. Don't sleep on him, right? We talked about wanting to see more from him, but look at this ball in between the lines, and for him to be able to control, turn, and then just pick up the open player, making a great run. What a great little flick from Glover right there, recognizing that the goalkeeper came out a little bit early. Great effort, great chance that was created, and what a goal.
Coach Critchley loved every bit of that. Hurd's wonderful work.
Nah, that was
Clever finish from Glover.
It was impressive too from Hurd. I mean, the fact that he was able to control that ball right there and turn and then pick out the pass.
You were hoping to see a little bit more from him, Rodney.
He turned up. He turned up. I'm happy for him.
He gave it to you right there, and a great finish from Caden Glover as well on the doorstep. Wonderful response from St. Louis City, who are back on level terms.
And what now if you're DC United, right? You continue to follow the game plan. And here's the look again at this goal. It's about the ball in between the lines. It's about Hurd's control, his ability to pick out the pass, and Glover being clever enough to recognize where the goalkeeper is and then just give it a little dink, give it a little flick. It's not about the power, it's just about the precision right there. The finesse that he had to flick that ball up, that's elite level football.
It really was. Aaron Hurd with the assists, tremendous work from him. And a really strong finish from Caden Glover has St. Louis City back on terms here in the 58th minute. Hurd is there to clear the DC United set piece, only as far as Ekamboni, who recycles it for United. Step in defensively there by Braden Sellers, but Turner has it back. Jones is available here on the near side.
You saw Brandon Sellers intercept that ball, and that's because tactically he was following the game plan. The game plan is to stay compact for St. Louis and making sure that DC United's not breaking any lines.
Jones. It's a good tussle on this near side. Gavin Netzel there defensively. Looks like DC United is going to make an alteration here. James Ashby. He's getting set to check in here. Keon Kalilian's group.
These players are handling the pressure tremendously, knowing that this is a semifinal, but we're seeing players step up and we can see their confidence and their comfort levels at this stage.
Ashby's getting ready here to come on in just a few minutes, I would guess, because I'm not sure if they're going to go to him here.
All right.
We'll get to him in a second. DC United, meanwhile, looking to get back in front. In the middle is dealt with. Delkis picks it up for St. Louis City, gives it away. Cosio. Good defensive work by Aaron Hurd, who clears.
Yes, that's the composure right there, making the right decisions.
Nice work there by Papez.
Papez recognized where the danger was going to be, and if he would have placed that ball, if he would have headed that ball to the back to his goalkeeper, it would have been danger. So he recognized that, and he was just so clever to continue to play forward. As a center back with that much composure and confidence, it's refreshing to see. It's refreshing to see that he just didn't blast the ball up the field. He was so composed, took that down on with his head, and continued to play forward. And these are the games that matter, right? Everybody's watching the semifinals now. The amount of teams has gone down, so now all eyes are on these players. So perform, get seen.
James Ashby's been called back over. Get some more thoughts from his coach, Keon Kalilian. Interesting to see if he's rethought that change. Sean St. Jacques, Rodney Wallace, Justin Galante here at Field 4, Toyota Soccer Center, Frisco, Texas, as we approach the hour mark. One apiece in this semifinal. Twitch.tv/MLS. Keep interacting with us. Appreciated your thoughts, your questions, where you're watching from, and your viewership all tournament long. There's a Lem. Scoots past one, scoots past a second, to the byline across. Tucked in by Agri. Sydney Agri is at it again for DC United.
Are you not entertained? Yeah, we are. Well done.
2-1 DC United. He has a brace. And there's another twist in this semifinal. 2-1.
That's it right there. That's what you want to see from these two players. Look at Alem, gets the ball, already knows what he's going to do. Takes the player on, takes another player, picks out the man, and Agri makes no mistake and slots it past the goalkeeper. But it's about the individual play from Alem that allowed this goal to really happen. And there you can see, call me. Call me.
Call me if you need me. Sydney Agri. And DC United's really gotten a great contribution from him in this semi. And now DC United shows the resiliency required in a game like this, and they're back in front. And what work from Ignacio Alem as well to get the assist.
Alem has been incredible the whole game. He's been focused, he's been on point, he's been able to take players on, and he's been confident, and he's believing in his qualities and what he's best at. And that's taking players on going forward. No one's ever going to fault you for that. You might lose the ball here and there, but then you can create chances like this and put your team in better positions. And Agri makes no mistake right there, no mistake. Top strike.
Got some more fans coming over to check the game out over here on Field 4. Making some noise. I saw a St. Louis City shirt in there. But DC United are in the ascendancy. Gavin Turner marauding forward. Sliding it through for a layup. Great save at the near post by Bishop. And he leaps highest again to grab it at the second attempt, crucially.
I love what I'm seeing from Turner. Gets the ball in between the lines. He doesn't receive a ball square. And by square, I mean he doesn't receive the ball right next to his right back.
St. Louis City have an opportunity. That ball is crossed in, dealt with by Luke Peacock, with Sam Leonard trying to find a response.
And back to Turner. He likes to cut inside. He knows that the space is there with his left foot, his ability to get the ball, turn up, and then again pick out the right pass.
Great stretch of play by DC United. These last few minutes, it has seen them take the lead back after St. Louis City had equalized. Now DC United have a corner as well. St. Louis City look to be getting a few
that's
changes.
Big pressure right there. That's huge right there to get another corner. Again, Papes and the recognition to know where he can hurt the opponent, and that's in the air with diagonal runs from Turner, from Alem. And then you see the body language. Turner was very pleased by that ball, and he claps to his teammate and says, keep doing that, keep giving me the ball, it's a mismatch.
Gary Zhang will take it. He's headed on towards the outskirts of the penalty area. Delkis his ball forward. Left by Glover. Left forward by Leonard.
You see Papes right there try to go for the ball. He realized that it's probably a better option to slow the game, to slow the play down and run back straight to the center of the field. St. Louis here.
From Hurd. This is stood up. Jones clears it. It's a City throw. Both teams are readying changes as this ball's thrown back into the penalty area. Dealt with by Kimboni. Agri is brought down. That is going to be a foul and a free kick. We'll go DC United's way. As the
Netzel sending a message right there.
Goal scorer brought down there. He's got a brace today.
He's basically telling him, not again, my boy. You're not going to get past us again.
Substitutions upcoming. Harmon, who was supposed to come on earlier, is going to come on now.
You can see Netzel is just disappointed with where his team is right now, and nobody likes to get subbed off, and now he's thinking about what he can do better, what he could have changed in the game, and now really understanding that it's up to his team to really get the job done as a unit.
Ashby and Calix on for DC United. Joyner and Laz Urbano for St. Louis City. Sean St. Jacques, Rodney Wallace. Justin Galanti is on the sidelines. Let's head down to Justin.
Yeah, guys, so just with these last two substitutions brought in by DC United, they're going to switch up formation to 3-5-2, at least for the time being, now up by the goal getting later on in this match. So tactical changes being made on the DC United side.
Yeah, thanks, Justin. A 3-5-2, Rodney, on the adjustment there, with DC United trying to finish this off and see it out to get to Toyota Stadium for the final.
Yeah, so a 3-5-2 is basically he's putting 5 defenders. He's making a 5-man line, and that is also going to create a little bit more security. But it's a formation that also gives you offensive power, because now you're up a man in the midfield.
DC United want to really stamp their authority. Well, Calix's ball in. There's a little bit of miscommunication at the back there. Ashby chip it back in. And St. Louis City have it in possession. We can use an outlet here in the form of Braden Sellers. Well stepped into by Diego Vasquez.
And it's good to see that DC United is brave enough to switch formations on the fly. This is something that we see in the professional game where players are used to switching formations. But for DC United to be brave enough and to trust these kids to be able to switch on the fly, that just says a lot about where they are in the development and what this coach is looking from these players.
Offside flag is up against Gavin Turner.
Turner's on fire right now, and he's not the flash. He's not creating super crazy chances, but he's running in behind and keeping the defense guessing. He's kept possession of the ball, and he's made the right decisions.
A brace from Sydney Agri as DC United in front as we approach the 70th minute here. Just over 20 minutes in this under-16 semifinal to go. Strikers FC De Anza Force following us in the other under-16 semi. Anything catching your eye on the Twitch chat, Rodney, as we get down the wire here?
Nova 0W. What's the best way of getting better with headers? I'll answer that part first, and that's from watching the game, being a student of the game, finding players that are doing exactly what it is that you want to mimic. Find your own niche with it and practicing. I mean, if you want to get better at headers, go and head the ball, get crosses in and clear them out, or get crosses and try to put the ball in the back of the net with your head. It's all about the practice, and it's about the how much work do you really want to put in.
And Strikers FC of Irvine, California will take on De Anza Force next. The winner of this game will meet the winner of that game as Gavin Turner sees yellow here. He had no complaints. And it's a St. Louis City free kick. Still a lot of time, of course, left for this game to change. It's been a back and forth affair. DC United scored first, Agri. Then Caden Glover equalized. And then Sydney Agri popped up again in front of goal with a second. And that's where we stand. Lazerbano for St. Louis. Agri with a wonderfully timed tackle. Now a chance for Calix. And Zhang, one of the players that Coach Lillian highlighted to us, Gary Zhang. He's had some good moments today. Good service from him at multiple junctures of the match. Oh, wonderful skill to try to get out of the back here, but it wasn't a good challenge, no. Referee's going to give a free kick after a good marauding run from the back from Tyson Pierce. DC will recover this. 20 minutes still to go.
Shout out to the DMV. Shout out to the DMV for producing this talent. And I think for me personally, in my own opinion, I think that the DMV does produce a lot of high quality players. And that's due to the soccer culture. That's due to the fact that we have tournaments like this where players are able to be ID'd and the competition is high. So people have to really step their game up, whether it's the players, whether it's the coaches, whether it's the referees, even the scouting. You have to now get better in identifying the best talent.
DMV is a great sports area in general, producing athletes of all sports, and soccer is certainly no exception, as the offside flag is up against St. Louis. It's a good basketball area as well, the DMV. Good young talent.
I agree. Montrose Christian. Who else?
Yeah.
That's where KD came from.
Kevin Durant, yeah, of course.
Then we have Carmelo coming out of Baltimore. And Bullis High School.
Yeah. DeMatha.
I guess DeMatha too. I'm over here just trying to shout out my my people over at Bullis. DeMatha was serious competition for us.
Stefan Diggs, the great NFL wide receiver from the DMV as well. All sports well represented from that area.
Yeah, that is true, and that just makes me start thinking about Haskins, and rest in peace to the young king. And that's unfortunate. He's a player that actually started at Bullis and then was drafted by Washington. So it was a sad moment. It's still a sad moment, and I hope that people really learn from these things. It's unfortunate that we have to learn of such tragic events, but it's a learning experience.
Ball whipped into the back post here for St. Louis City. It's out for a goal kick.
Rest in peace, Sean Taylor, too. As you can tell, I'm a big Washington fan.
Great defensive back in his day. 73rd minute in our game here. DC in front by 2-1. Twitch.tv/MLS. Appreciate all your great feedback and kind words, but also really appreciate your questions, your thoughts on the games.
And the fact that you're logging on to watch youth soccer. If you're
from all over the world.
From all over the world. If you're a young player committing yourself to watching football matches at this age, it's crucial, and it shows your dedication.
Nova in the chat said Rodney forgot himself in the DC product, DMV product conversation.
We already knew that, you know what I mean? It's not
Goes without saying,
It's not
right?
about me. It's not about me.
Goes without saying, of course. For those that know, they know. You know about Gavin Turner around these parts. He gets past 2 challenges. His cross flashes across the face.
Composure from Turner, and now he's switched sides. He's looking to expose the other side of the field, and he's had a lot of success 1v1. It looks like he's down right now.
Yeah, he's on the ground after the play was over. As Luke Peacock had to, beg your pardon, Nicholas Bishop had to be careful there in goal for St. Louis City. And Gavin Turner's getting stretched out by his teammate Sidney Agri here, as we are nearly down to the 75th minute, or 75 minutes gone, I should say. And I think that might yield a hydro break in the second half. We'll get a chance to recap the game so far. There have been 3 really nice goals. We start with the Sidney Agri opener, Rodney from the set piece.
And it's set pieces again. We talked about that being a key for DC United, and here they capitalize exactly on that. Agri with the tap-in goal, which means a lot. It doesn't have to be the fanciest goal, but a tap-in goal is just as good as any other. And right here, Aaron Hurd just being able to trap the ball, to turn, to look at the open man, and recognizing where the run is right there. Look at the communication between the 2 players, and to be able to flick that ball, give it a little scoop. Got to get the chips in the dip right there.
And then Agri was at it again. Great run from Alem.
Alem, taking 2 players on, picking out the right pass. And Agri again makes no mistake, puts the ball in the back of the net, bang. But it's you got to recognize Alem for his individual efforts, and knowing that when he does get to the byline, the best option that he has is putting it across and behind the defenders.
Oh, got a couple new coaches in the Twitch chat as well that are enjoying the Experience Collective and on Twitch, saying new club coach, so I love this broadcast. Good learning experience. Well, that's great to hear. And yeah, it's not just for the players. We talked about the referees a lot this week developing, but coaches as well. Take a lot from this. Our Adidas sounds of the game in particular have really been great to watch this week. Oh, and right on cue, we got another one ready to go. Shout out to our crew in the truck. We got another one. Let's send it to another version of Adidas sounds of the game. Right on cue.
Okay, we're a little bit disconnected in our press. Okay, let's protect the inside of the field, get compact, defend, and then when they switch it around to your side, then you can release. Right? I told you you're going to have a big part to play, did I not? Yeah? Hey, go get your goal. Come on, come on. Come on. Yes! Let's go! Yes, bro. You stay? Hey, listen, I need you to be honest. Hey, it's okay. I know it's tough. I know it's a tough decision, but I need you to be honest.
No, I'm going to play defense. That's it. Hey, listen.
I gotta take you. Hey.
I'm good. Trust me, I'm good.
In 5 minutes, I'm taking you. Give it all you got for 5 minutes. Yes? All you got.
But what if I'm fine?
In 5 minutes, I'm taking you. Give it all you got. Hey, hey.
Man,
You were loving every bit of that, Rodney.
I love that.
Every bit of that.
That communication between Jones and his coach, his determination and willingness to say, no, I want to stay on this field. I'm hungry to get another goal. I'm hungry to make a difference for my team. I'm ready to battle for my boys. This is what it is all about in youth sports and at every level. The competition part about it doesn't want to come off, and he's vocal about it. And I like that he's vocal about it, because a lot of players would just accept the fact that they're being taken off, and why not fight for your spot? You don't ever want to give your jersey away, right? So one thing I learned is once you get that jersey, especially on the national team, a good advice that I got was, when that jersey is given to you, make sure that you never give it up.
How about the great words to James Ashby as well? I said, you're going to be a big part in this game. I told you you were going to play a role. Go get your goal. Go make an impact. It's on the defensive duties here with St. Louis City trying to find an equalizer. Ball into the middle is dealt with by Luke Peacock.
I'd like to see a hard run to the front post, not just wait for the cross to come and expect your player on the wing to make a fantastic play to get the ball exactly to your head. You have to work for your goals. You have to go and make runs to the front, to the first post, and then make runs to the back post. Be aggressive on the attack.
First of our 2 games today, both of them are under 16 semifinals.
Good play.
And a great challenge as well. Dash Papez, who's been all over the place at the back, comes away with it. Still has it in possession, Papez, and he's going to keep on going. Still, Dash Papez in behind for Cosio, who's offside.
Well done from Papez, and you see the player's maturity and his leadership, and he is not afraid to get up in that attack, and I love to see that, especially from a center back, that the recognition that, yes, I got good feet too, I can get in the attack. But especially if a center back is dribbling up the field, you need to give him options. He's not used to playing through balls. He's not used to creating plays in the final third. So support your center back as he moves up the field.
Ashby from Zhang. Maldonado briefly showed for it. Sean St. Jacques, Rodney Wallace, Justin Galanti here with you. 80th minute. Some wonderful, delicious skill there. Ashby.
I'm here for that.
Just trying to stay on it, he does.
I'm here for the possession as well, though, which is the most important part. And not losing the ball in crucial parts of the field. Getting players like Aaron Hurd running at you. You don't want that.
Exactly what's happening at the moment. Zhang, in the end, gets right back in the mix and wins a free kick.
Yo, by the way, Aaron Hurd hasn't been the flashiest, or hasn't had, well, he's made a big impact for his club, obviously, but you can't sleep on him. You know, he's not getting on the ball at all times, and that's how he plays. He kind of just preys on the fact that you lost attention and you lost concentration, and then that's when he can hurt you. When he gets the ball, makes a play, puts the ball in the right place, and he makes good decisions. So you gotta respect him as a player as well.
Twitch.tv/MLS. Keep your thoughts coming. YouTube as well. We appreciate your viewership. Is Cosio, the substitute. Agri, who's on a hat trick, had it blocked away just on the inside of the penalty area. Delkis trying to regain possession. And it's going to go out of play. Go back to St. Louis City.
It's the body language for me from the DC United players on the far post, right? I mean, they're looking at where the ball is, but they're forgetting where the St. Louis player is on the wing, on the opposite side. You got to make sure you keep your marks.
Joyner kick out a pass. Cosio comes out with it for DC United. He only has Agri up with him.
Got to cut it back.
Well, Cosio says hello. Look at that.
Just playing, he said.
Cosio keeps going. Great ball across. Good step in. Agri doesn't give up. It's going to roll safely into the path of Bishop in the end after some great work from the substitute. Look at this for Cosio here.
Oh, excuse me. Gave him a little okie dokie, and then he was able to still look to play Agri and pick out a target.
Was that kept in? Not quite. A bit of frustration there from Jackson Delkis, who pulled so hard to get there. Couldn't keep it in.
Those little individual plays that make such a big difference. I love to see the creativity from these players.
Eddie Stewart is going to come out here for St. Louis, and
can't go in with the penny, my guy.
John T. Maria will enter.
I don't know if that's a good sign.
Got to hand those off on the way out. Looked like Eddie Stewart left from the opposite side of the field. DC United can hold on here. They would go to Toyota Stadium for the under-16 final.
Hey, those are the little plays that make a big difference. At times, those plays have to just happen out of instinct, and you might have a player that you wanted to pass the ball, and now he's marked, so now it's you versus the man. Take him one-on-one.
Those that are just tuning in, I should say, to MLS Next Cup for the first time, if it were to finish tied, no extra time, we would just go right to a penalty shootout. It applies for the second game as well. But Agri and DC United want to finish it up here. As Agri trying to thread it through for Ashby. Calix. Looking for some space in the penalty area. Decent ball in with the outside of his right boot. Handled by Bishop.
What a ball and what a run. Precision right there.
Great place to find Joyner here.
Look at the defense, though, by DC United, getting the numbers behind the ball. Their willingness to defend, their willingness to make sure they get out of here with the win. That's what it takes. It takes a complete team effort. And if you're playing a 5-back, get back. Just get back and defend when you don't have the ball.
Harmon just trying to stay on it here. Harmon does really well. Just got into one too many challenges there.
Get it in play. Give him a better angle right there so you can prepare yourself to get a good cross in.
Pierce's ball in. Palacios header. Zhang helps it along. It's going to go out for a throw-in.
Let it go.
Yep. Still time for David Critchley's group to get level here. Just under 6 minutes of the 90 remain.
R7 in. What's the biggest match I've broadcasted?
Ooh, that's a good question.
It's a great question. Biggest match. I mean, I love broadcasting international games, and I was fortunate enough to do the
hold on a minute.
Open chance.
City are in. Oh, it's off the one mark. Joyner nearly equalized. Wonderful interplay in traffic.
The combination play right here, turning, facing, and then sliding the player inside. And you know what? I don't mind it. I don't mind the effort to look for a goal. Got to do what you got to do to create these chances. And sometimes it's not all about, picking out the right man with the cross. It's about deceiving the player, deceiving the goalkeeper, and just blasting it to see what happens. But as I was saying, broadcasting the international games for me is super special, especially when I'm doing Costa Rica and I get to talk about my people, talk about my teammates. I guess my ex-teammates, people that I hold dearly to my heart.
Delkis back into the middle, not a definitively cleared header, but then a needed clearance in the end.
And sometimes the clearances are not going to be the best, but if you're DC United, up a goal, and you've been defending for a long period of the game, it's all right. Sometimes you just got to get the ball up and look for the counter.
Joyner, a little fancy there, wins a corner.
He's heating up, right? Joyner is finding joy on that left wing.
Nearly equalized a few moments ago. He's won a set piece. This is a good confidence-building moment for St. Louis here. Right when they need it most as well. They need to score here to force it into kicks from the spot. Have a corner here. Joyner, the back post. What's headed down? Cleared off the wall. Chance is cleared from Delkis. What a chance! And a crucial block there. Was it Beal?
Talked about set pieces. Great ball to the far post, but the willingness to keep it alive.
Oh, it was Nicholas Beal's clearance. And that header was just outside of the penalty area. Crucial intervention for DC United.
Good step right there. Individual effort. PK! Penal!
Sellers goes down. The penalty is given.
PK!
A late opportunity for St. Louis City to equalize. Referee with no hesitation.
This is all about the recognition of where the ball is going to go and the willingness to run. Pushed it past the player a little bit long. PK, no questions asked.
So unlucky for Beal, who just bailed out his side a few moments ago. He concedes the penalty. And we have a big
let's go. This isn't a water break. What are we thinking here? Let's set up. DC United, I mean, if St. Louis goes and shoots this and they don't score, you got to be ready for the rebound. So in a PK situation, everybody has to be held accountable and be prepared to get the rebound or if you're DC United to get the ball and clear the line.
Makai Joyner is the man set to take this extremely crucial penalty in this semifinal.
What do you think right now? Tell me, does he save it or not?
We're about to find out. Joyner. Ah! Saved by Peacock.
Wait a minute.
He's over the top. Luke Peacock, the hero for DC United.
And what did the coach say when we spoke to him about keys to the match and players to watch for? Spoke about the goalkeeper. Spoke about his leadership. Spoke about his playmaking ability to make big plays, the saves that really matter. All eyes are on you right now. You're performing. It's been an incredible game so far. Very competitive from both teams. I love to see a good PK being saved, no?
What a huge moment. You basically called it, Rodney, before he stepped up. He said, is he going to save it? Boy, did he ever. What a moment for Luke Peacock and DC United, who are now minutes away from stealing a spot in the final.
This is as good as a goal right here. I mean, to be able to save the ball in the 89th minute.
Sellers is ball forward. It's miscued. It's another corner for St. Louis, who will not give in. Is Luke Peacock's save going to be enough?
Right, and these little moments right here for DC United of making sure that you're not panicking and just blasting the ball up the field, because things like that will happen. You might miss the ball. You just got to be so concentrated and in tune with the details. Control the ball, keep it, or play it up the field, but hit it cleanly.
Goalkeeper is forward for it. And now DC United have a chance to break. Goalkeeper is still out. What a run that was.
What a run.
From Dash.
What a run.
Papez, 4 added minutes still to be played.
What a run.
Everyone's back in place here. We're into the 4 minutes of injury time. What a frantic finish here.
Good ball
in this semifinal.
Getting the ball out wide. Facing him 1v1. Picking out the open player. Here comes Aaron Hurd.
What can Aaron Hurd do with it here? Has some support with Harmon. Sellers.
Whip a good one in.
Pierce.
Challenge.
Goalkeeper comes and makes the catch. Luke Peacock. Well, we've seen some huge saves here at multiple age groups in this tournament. That penalty save from Luke Peacock,
it's the big difference maker right now.
Surely tops the list.
Play of the match for me, no? In my opinion.
Hard to argue with that.
Obviously, you got to give credit to Agri, but this is a big time save, and if I was Agri, I'll give my goalkeeper the match ball right now.
Look at that from Sellers. Couldn't quite stay on his feet.
Good defense. That's what it takes right there. That's what it takes at times.
Big clearance from Calix there.
Roll up your sleeves. Do the dirty work.
Stanton prodding forward again. DC United clear. We've had just over 1 minute of the 4 added on. Still time for St. Louis to save themselves here.
It's a lot of pressure on DC United right now. The way to alleviate that pressure is by making sure that you put yourself in a position where you can counter. Having a forward that's a little bit higher and maybe when you do clear the ball, clear it to the wings so it gives the players enough time to run and you can push your team up a little bit. It's so crucial right now for the attacking players to do the dirty work and defend, and this is when fitness comes in.
Great ball into the middle. Another great run from Sellers. Delkis.
Back post.
Back post header. He's going to go out of play for a goal kick, and there's 2 minutes left.
And this is when St. Louis is rushing the referee and making sure that DC United is playing fast because DC United has the advantage right now. So they're going to take their time to get this ball out.
Great encouragement from David Critchley and his group on the side, saying it's not over yet. There's still time for us to find an equalizer. They're continuing to turn the screw, press the issue.
That's what it is right there.
Ashby,
good weighted ball.
Was that handled?
Good press by Agri.
It was.
Done. That effort right there might just be the difference maker as well as an important save. You have a player that has scored 2 goals and now he's still making runs in behind and he's still looking to keep possession of the ball and work hard for his team and make sure that he puts himself in a position to be great and go on to the finals.
Can DC United finish the job? Ashby for Agri. He just couldn't quite line it up.
Gabriel Cosio could have called him off right there. He was wide open. Tell your teammate to leave it. Tell him to leave it. You're wide open.
St. Louis City need
second
a goal.
ball.
Oh, chance for Hurd here. In behind. Hurd's ball across. Dealt with. Crucial challenge defensively by Papez. Essentially by Pierce. Maybe time for one last roll of the dice if St. Louis City can get back on it.
Good. And that's fine. And that's okay. We're not done. You can hear the coach right there. We're not done.
Bishop's forward to help. His ball is wayward. And that might be that. That is that. That is that indeed. DC United are going to Toyota Stadium for the under-16 final. Their heroes, Sidney Agri and Luke Peacock, send them through for a chance to win the under-16 MLS NEXT Cup. They win it by 2-1 in a classic semifinal. What a victory for them. So hard on St. Louis City, who had such a memorable tournament. But Rodney, the man of the match presented by Adidas. The big penalty saved by Luke Peacock to help seal it.
Well, let's take a look at the play first. The anticipation. That was a clear foul in the box. 89th minute. And who steps up? Peacock right there with a wonderful save. Stellar performance from the goalkeeper the whole game, but for him to be able to make this save, it just shows his mental strength, his determination.
And his teammates loved every second of it. Well, we have one half of the final secured. Luke Peacock's penalty save sends DC United to Toyota Stadium for the under-16 final. And we will stick around after this for Strikers FC and De Anza Forest to see who will meet them in that final. For Justin Galanti, Rodney Wallace, our entire crew, Sean St. Jacques saying so long, but also stick with us here on Twitch and on YouTube. Let's take a look at the Adidas full-time highlights from this